Hello again. Like many people, I was very glad to see the Gender Identity Clinic for Children at London's Tavistock Centre closed down. However, this is not the end of the story. The Tavistock is funded by the National Health Service, of course, but there is little control over private clinics which will rush in to fill the gap. I don't suppose many people ever stop to think just what an enormous commercial enterprise is the business of helping people to change sex. I'm not going to give links to any clinics or advertisements because I don't want to advertise such places, but there are private gender identity clinics for men, women and children. The waiting list to get onto London's NHS clinic for adults at the Charing Cross Hospital in Hammersmith, that's the gender identity clinic there, is years long, and most people want instant action, which is just what private clinics provide. You want hormones to help you change your body or that of your child? You can get them on the first visit, at a price. At every clinic of this type, a psychiatrist needs to make a recommendation before you get hormones. Seeing a private psychiatrist for an hour will set you back a few £100 just for starters. Then we need an endocrinologist to issue a private prescription for hormones, whether male or female, depending on circumstance. This is just the beginning, though, of a huge industry that you are now about to finance. What do men not want if they hope to pass as women? Well, not having a beard or moustache is a good start. To remove facial hair permanently, a man will need hundreds of hours of electrolysis. This is very expensive and you will need to pay for at least 2 or 3 hours a week. It's a slow process. Clinics work a scheme with such people, recommending them to their clients for a fee. Then there's all that surgery. Now that really is a nice little earner. Women will have to pay for a double mastectomy, what they call top surgery in the parlance of this scene, while men will want the opposite, to have artificial breasts installed. Many men will be encouraged by the psychiatrist, who is getting commission, of course, from the surgeons, to have his Adam's apple surgically removed, or at least reduced and shaved down, or perhaps to have a nose job. The psychiatrist tactfully hints that this would make the imposture more convincing. Some male-to-female transsexuals become in effect surgery addicts, having all kinds of other stuff done, such as their chins and foreheads remodelled so that they look more feminine. Of course, some of them will need to have hair transplants, and you'll soon find that their psychiatrist will recommend a good place to have that done as well. Then there's the cost of more major surgery for those who wish to go further. For women, this entails a hysterectomy and the construction of an artificial penis from bits of their skin and bone. Men will want to be castrated and have an artificial vagina created. I will not go into details, but both procedures are fraught with hazard and prone to failure. Of course, even after surgery, hormones will have to be taken forever. The long-term effects of this on the human body are wholly unknown. Speech therapy is another little earner, especially for men hoping to transform themselves into convincing women. Of course, you can take a risk and have your vocal cords surgically shaved to give you a higher voice, but that's a bit risky. People have been rendered permanently dumb by this means, inadvertently of course. A speech therapist, though, can teach men to alter the pitch, tone and modulation of their voices. Ka-ching! Good work for them if they can get this. What about deportment? Walking and sitting like a woman, for example. Yes, there's classes for this as well, for a price. I seriously doubt that most viewers have given any thought to all this, but we are talking big business here. With NHS services under strain even for things like cancer and heart disease, the waiting list for gender identity clinics are only likely to lengthen, and so more and more people and parents of children will be going private. None of this is meant to be pejorative towards transsexuals. I'm just pointing out that when so much lucrative business is at stake, those providing it are hardly neutral and cannot be depended upon to provide objective advice. If you are a psychiatrist running a private clinic, where is your profit to come from if you tell a patient to get lost? It would be really quixotic, wouldn't it, if when your patients came you decided they weren't really transsexuals and sent them away after one session? It wouldn't make commercial sense, which when you're running a private clinic is really, it's all about the money. Your very income depends upon getting the person into the conveyor belt, as it were, and making use of surgeons with whom you are friendly, and speech therapists, and those providing electrolysis and all the rest of it, people with whom you have a business relationship. This is a growing industry, although few people seem to realise it.